Hey yo, am I audible? Hey yo. Yeah, I guess I am. तो अभी तो सिर्फ दो ही व्यूअर्स है. What's up guys? कैसे हो bro? How are you अंकित? अभी भी you're in Delhi only क्या? Uh, I think lag तो है थोड़ा. Uh, मेरे stream में. I think there's a bit of a lag and I'm sorry about that. Yo, what's up Anuj? Moved back to Bombay. Fuck, क्या बात कर रहा है अंकित? Damn bro, intense, intense. मेरा भी ब्रेकअप हो गया ब्रो. क्या ही बोलूं. और कोई यार है क्या? What jerseys are? This is my ice hockey का jersey. अभी I'm going to Mumbai tomorrow यार, तो अभी I've packed my bag. तो मुंबई के jerseys में रखा हुआ है अभी. So yeah, अभी तो वही सीन चल रहा है. How are you guys bro? Damn, two concurrent viewers. फिर तो कौन कॉल ही कर लेता. हाँ ब्रो, वीकेंड पे तो फॉर श्योर. बट मैच कैसा लगा तुम लोगों को? हाउ वाज द मैच? Also just realized मैं स्ट्रीम पे सुट्टा मार रहा हूँ भाई. फक. Don't let my mom see the stream. But anyways, क्या सीन चल रहा है? Thoughts on the match? Looked like the first game of the season. Yeah, it did. It looked like the first game of the season. Nothing more than that, I guess. Yo! श्लोक भी आ गया भाई. Fuck. कैसा है भाई? I'm sorry this stream is happening. I don't know. I promised the stream पहले, I remember, and uh, I मतलब मैंने पहले stream plan किया था, and I started. The original plan was that I wanted to talk about the preseason. I wanted to talk about recruitment and मतलब क्या क्या हुआ है, you know, club के साथ, and मतलब I don't know how the club is progressing or whatever. But उसके बाद मेरे रूम में रेड पड़ गई. My friend got, two of my friends got suspended. मेरा पूरा ऐसे रूम ऐसे पलटा दिया था, ऐसे गद्दा वद्दा फेंक दिया. They threw my clothes from the table. They went through my cupboard. पूरा ऐसे गद्दा बेड उठा के मेरा पूरी हर डब्बे को ऐसे, you know, they fucking emptied out everything that I had. वही है. So they got suspended 2 हफ्ते के लिए. I was lucky enough to survive, पर मेरी भी गांड तो मारी थी. मुझे भी बुलाया था. Here to see the cat in MCFC scarf. Oh fuck, Swapnil. Sorry bro, that's a very old photo. He's in Mumbai right now and I'm in this lovely city in Uttar Pradesh called Ghaziabad. In a Gajab Ghaziabad. So वही है. नोएडा हॉस्टल नहीं ब्रो, मेरा कॉलेज का ही गाजियाबाद में IMT. तो वही सीन चल रहा था ब्रो. फिर मेरी फ्रेंड की बंदी आई हुई थी, उनकी इतनी लड़ाई हो रही थी. रेड में क्या लेके गए मार तो fuck, that was smooth bro, fucking that's smooth as fuck man. But वही है ब्रो. तो मतलब so what happened is they fucking kicked down the उसका दरवाजा भागा तो ऐसे लात वात मार दी थी. एंड देन बॉन्ग वॉन्ग पड़ा था एंड सब उठा लिया एंड पॉट वॉट चुरा लिया ब्रो ऐसे वार्डन ने. एंड देन उसके बाद मेरे रूम में भी रेड पड़ी, कुछ मिला नहीं. मेरा फ्रेंड आया हुआ था, उसकी बंदी आई हुई थी. वो वेंचर इतना लड़ रहे थे कि मैं पूरा टाइम उनको ही संभाल रहा था. ऐसे फोन वोन फोड़ रहे अपना, थ्रोइंग द बैग्स इन द फकिंग गटर, दे फाइटिंग इन पब्लिक. एंड देन उसके बाद मैं बैठ के वहाँ पे उनको ट्राइंग टू, hey guys don't fight, you guys love each other. हर दूसरे दिन या तो दारू फूक फूक के कुछ तो. Yeah, it's been some months bro, it's been some months man. क्या ही बोलूँ. हाँ bro, I don't know how I'm even alive right now. इतना सब कुछ कर करके. I remember they fought that day and ऐसे हम 7 बजे दारू वारू पी के ये लोग लड़ रहे थे बाहर, मेरे दोस्त और उसकी बंदी. And then she started throwing like dumbbells at him, 5 kgs, 10. We should have done it as drama podcast. Yeah, we should have. Bro. There's so much. We can. I don't know. There's so much to talk about, bro. ऐसे बाहर जाके ऐसे डंबल बम्बल फेंक रही है उस पे. And he's also mad drunk and he keeps coming inside the room and I'm passed out. ऐसे मैं सो रहा हूँ. It's 7:30 in the morning and he keeps trying to like he keeps trying to drink something, like he keeps trying to drink a drink, but उसके बाद जैसे ही पीता है उल्टी, फिर वापस पीता है, फिर वापस उल्टी. मैं बोला साले रुक जा. And then he's like चाबी कहाँ है मेरी, and then he's throwing a lighter. तो इसको मैंने बाइक की चाबी दी. And then they sort of, I don't know, he ऐसे दारू वारू पी के he went to drop his girlfriend who had come from Odisha or whatever. उसके बाद अगले दिन हम भी दारू पी के फिर निकल गए हैं. And then दारू पी के गाजियाबाद आए हैं गुड़गांव से on bike. Got into an accident. ऐसे कुछ भी हो रहा था ये, honestly कुछ भी हो रहा है यहाँ पे. But yeah, okay, 9 concurrent viewers, that's crazy bro. Anuj Pol man, honestly. So yeah, let's I don't know man. The waves. Hello the waves. Great to see you man. I'm typical Ghaziabad. Very honestly. Once the cops also caught us and then we had to like, so we कॉप ने ऐसे हाथ पकड़ लिया था. तो जो बाइक चला रहा था श्रीमन मेरा दोस्त, उसने ऐसे फुल स्पीड पे चलाया. एंड देन वी जस्ट वॉकिंग एंड फ्लाइंग. एंड देन तीसरा बंदा जो पीछे बैठा था, ही फेल फ्रॉम द बाइक. सो ही जस्ट फेल इन फ्रंट ऑफ द पुलिस वाले एंड लाइक ट्रैफिक. एंड देन पुलिस वाले ने इसको पकड़ा. एंड ही इज लाइक सर मैं इनको नहीं जानता, ये तो बस कॉलेज के लोग हैं मेरे, ऐसे ही सब. हाँ तो मतलब यही सब ही चल रहा है ऑनेस्टली यहाँ पे. But yeah, okay, we have a good amount of concurrent viewers. I'm glad bro, this time पे भी मतलब I'm able to get the channel, able to get people, this is very unplanned honestly. I had some time finally because I'm going to Mumbai tomorrow. My semester is almost over today, so I got some time. So first match of the season, I would love to hear you guys. What do you think about the match today? What do you think? How was the match? I'll give my opinions बाद में, but I would like to hear what you guys have to say about the performance today by the club, by the boys in blue, by the Islanders. Typical Ghaziabad. Also, I don't know if my chat is working. Okay, it's working. Again, I just realized मैं तुम लोगों से पूछ रहा हूँ was the match, but you're in the comment section, so it's very hard for you. So I'll start talking about how I felt about the match. Anyways, there's a huge difference. I think there's a pretty big difference between how Peter Kratky plays and how Des Buckingham plays. And today, I think one thing you think should have, who's one signing? You think we should have made new fall impact to that? Chunked it into shit. With no comments. Yeah. So first of all, I'll talk about how we played in possession and all that, right? Mohan Bagan were more than happy to give us possession. They were more than happy to just let us have the ball in the start. Even and it was a bit weird seeing how Mohan Bagan played because uh, they would play these long balls, try to switch when they get the ball, but when they would get the ball, they wouldn't attack in pace with pace because they don't have that much pace. Petratos is quick, but he's not that quick. Greg Stewart has almost no pace, and then Cummings is good, but uh, he's not going to be, giving you that sort of extreme burst of pace. So I don't understand how they were playing. So that's okay. That's besides the point. So in possession, we were good. I think we made a lot of chances. We were patient and we were able to get behind the defense. Like we were able to get the balls um, behind the defense, and I think we should have scored a lot more goals at the start of the game, first 30 minutes. Um, Even when we had possession, we should have done a lot better in terms of converting them. But my main issue with possession was that we were too slow. It was too slow. There wasn't. It was almost too Pep Guardiola Man City esque. In terms of keeping the ball around, say, moving the ball about, which is good in one way, but you have to realize to be that great at keeping possession and making something out of it, you have to be incredible. You can't have a loose touch. You can't make a bad pass. You can't let the ball go anywhere besides where you want it to go. And only a very handful, only a very handful, number of players in the world can do that, let alone in India. So I'm okay with playing possession, but you have to, try to understand that it can't be all possession. So I think we were too slow in that sense. We should have done a lot more. We should have quickened up the pace a lot more. My second biggest complaint, I guess, is the press. We did not look like we wanted to press uh, Atletico, Mohun Bagan, whatever, that much, right? And that was a bit disappointing because I think Karelis is a great presser. Then we had Changte and Bipin who are great in the press. We had Jay Shani who's also a very good presser. He gets the ball a lot. He he is a live wire. He goes and tries to get the ball, but it just didn't make sense for us that we didn't press high enough. We didn't press hard enough from the start. It was almost like we would let them build up and then see, uh, you know, what to do about it. So I feel like we should have pressed better. We could have pressed better because they had a lot of gap between their midfield and and their uh, their defense, right? They had lots of gaps. They didn't have that sort of ability to play through the center. If they were going to go long, that's okay, whatever. I think just we should have, I don't know, be able to press a lot better than what we did, or at least go and press them harder. Any team that's going to try to build out from the back, this Mumbai team has the ability to press them, make them, force mistakes out of them, and then quickly convert. And that's how Des Buckingham used to play. They used to press right up from the front, force the opposition to make mistakes, and then convert of them really quickly. That style is a lot more suitable. It's a lot more, I know, sustainable, I think, in India than the one that we try to play today. So even though it's a huge change, it looks good. There will be teams who will be able to hit us on the counter a lot quicker, and I think that's going to be a problem. There are going to be teams who are able to play through us a lot quicker. That's going to be a problem, and there are going to be teams who will be completely able to block us off when we try to keep um, that possession game. We try to play that sort of tiki taka thing, which I think again is uh, I don't know. It just didn't feel like we had a plan B. So these were my primary concerns overall with the team. Back for Newfall, impact was evident. Yes, Newfall. was fantastic. I've been a fan of him since I think past 2 years now because I know in the stats he would just keep showing up as an excellent player. And even though I had doubts about him in terms of his technical ability, right? Um his first touch, his cross, just the way he sort of moves. It's not exactly what you would say comes out of a pro footballer. He still moves a bit weirdly, um, but what I saw today, I think it kills all my doubts because I thought he would be uh, too output oriented. He tried to go for a lot of shots. He tried to go for a lot of crosses. He'd keep trying to do something or the other in field. But what I saw was a player who was composed, calm. He knew how the team plays, and he decided to be a part of that system, and he played that perfectly. I was very happy with how Nufal performed today. Incredible impact, and I think it's a fantastic player to have. Because we have wingers, but we our wingers do have off days a lot. So it's great to have him. You know, it's brilliant to have a player like him. Uh, I just don't think MB doesn't have the players to put a press. I don't know. They just I think it's more technical. It's more not technical. It's more about trying to get the best out of your individual players at this point and trying to play them, structure them, and how do you fit them. I think that's about it. Midfielders who cover space quickly, yeah, that I agree with. That was one thing Apuya brought that was sort of being very dynamic in midfield, trying to cover spaces which are left by the players who are more better maybe on the ball, like a Greg Stewart or a Heol Van Leef. So that's what Apuya brought. Jay Shane, I think to a degree brought that. To a degree, I think he did a lot more in terms of underlapping, in terms of carrying the ball, even trying to cut backs and all. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that for the whole season. And if he's on the bench, then that means Brandon plays. And if Brandon's playing again, I don't think he he has that ability, to do that at all, cover those spaces. So I agree with that. I think that's one sort of profile of a player that Mumbai is missing completely. Even if we had Vineet, who wasn't great, but at least he was a similar profile. We don't have Vineet either. Back four had a good game today, only if Football hadn't shot himself. I'll agree to a certain extent. Uh, and the reason I'll say that is because the back four wasn't troubled as much as they could have. They weren't challenged as much as they could have. I think Sahil Panwar in possession was sort of weak. I think Sahil Panwar in positioning was sort of weak at several instances, and that's going to be a problem going forward. I think for Mumbai, if they're going to try to keep possession, I think that's going to be a problem because you need someone who will want to play that. And Tiri and Mehtab too slow. I agree with that. Tiri and Mehtab were too slow, and for me, that is a big reason why I do not want to see Valpuya playing right back. For me, I've been a fan of Valpuya for years now because I think he has that ability. He has that game sense. He has that understanding of leadership, of how to maintain line, discipline, and I think he's a player who's able to understand how the coach wants to play and able to adjust the defensive line and make the whole defense play that way. And that's the reason I don't think he should be playing right back. He was every great tackle he made, every great pass he made, every great movement he made, ball progression, carry, whatever, came through the center. It was when he started inverting inwards, carrying it inside. The times he got beaten was on the fullback areas, right? He got beaten in positions that a right back would typically be defending. That's when he got beaten. But every time he was in the center, he won everything. And I don't even have to talk about that sort of demi recovery, man. Like that's that pace and uh, the thing that really excited me about that play where he made that recovery run is the moment the ball got played and he started running. The first thing he did wasn't just keep his head down and just run for the tackle. He scans back to see who's there for his team, who's there for the opposition. He knows, like, okay, there's no one to cut back to right now. and if somebody gets cut back right now, we have two players to cover that. So that's when he goes and then tries to intercept. He doesn't try to dive in for the challenge either. He tries to outpace him and then get the ball, which I think is incredible. That whole sequence, even though it just looked like a great recovery, there was so much more to that. Which makes you understand his understanding of the game, and that to me was very exciting. Valpuria was fantastic. Even his distribution was really good. A lot of times he made the switches from right back, which I think, he obviously he came in a lot more central, but I think he has that ability, and think I don't think he should be playing right back at all. I think he should be playing centre back, and I think Hardik Bhatt probably should be coming at right back because he is better in that position. He is a lot more like Bheke, and even though I don't think Hardik Bhatt is fantastic, I do think having him and Valpuria play will be a better overall outcome for the team than having Valpuria and Mehta play, because you're not getting the best out of Valpuria, who I think whose ceiling is a lot higher than Mehtab's. So that's what I would be looking to do. That was for defense. That thing is he only has Stalin and Hardik at right back. Yeah, and I think if two positions that Mumbai need to definitely fill is the left back and right back, and third position I would say Mumbai definitely needs to fill is that sort of 6'8" midfielder who's a lot more of he covers the spaces. He carries the ball better in small spaces and gives it to somebody who's able to do a lot more with the ball. That's what I think Mumbai needs to get. Hardik or Ame? I think I would go Ame because I think he just has a lot more experience. But I don't think Hardik is that bad. I've seen him in I League. He's very vocal. He's very involved in the game, which is something I really like to see. With Ame, he had problems, and defensively, I don't think he's fantastic. I don't think he's that great, and I think Hardik may just be a better solution in that. In possession, I would say Ame is better, but I think we don't have to worry about Hardik in possession that deep at least if we play well enough, right? So I don't think Ame is someone I would go for. I think Hardik, unfortunately, I would stick out, but yeah, I don't think I would want to go for Ame. I think there are better players out there. I think to suit the system more. I think if you want to play the way Mumbai and Peter Kratky are playing, then I think yeah. वगैरह करता था last season, ball carrying, not expecting to remain fit. Yeah, that's one thing I also want to discuss is John Toral and Jeremy Manzuro. So in build up, it wasn't like it was a double pivot, right? So it wasn't like it was four and there were two ahead and then there was one. At many times it was just the single pivot of Joel Van Neef, and then you would have let's say Toral, who would be a bit deeper to sort of maybe carry the ball or play it further or maybe play that killer pass, and then you would have Jayesh, who's a bit further, who I think the only idea is that you want to have them keep rotating, and I think eventually when Brandon comes in, that's going to suit him a lot more because Toral plays the ball to Brandon. They're able to do a lot more. Just a second, my mom is calling. हेलो. हाँ जी, हाँ जी. अच्छा, मैं आपको ना थोड़ी देर में कॉल करता हूँ. Okay, bye. Yeah, I'm going to Mumbai tomorrow, so my mom was asking about the ticket. But yeah, so I think that's okay. That makes sense. All of that makes sense. But with Toral, I don't understand why he was taken off that early. I didn't see anything in the game which he did, which was making the team play worse. That Manzoro could have come in and made better. The whole substitution makes sense. And one of the comments said it as well that the both of them were, they only played 40 minutes each. Manzoro played second 40 and Toral played the first 40, right? So I don't understand that. And Manzoro as a player, Darshan, I agree. He's really good. I think people keep saying he's a Jahu replacement because he has that sort of range of passing. I think he's a lot more than that because he's so much more dynamic off the ball. He keeps moving, he keeps trying to find space. So I think he's a lot more than Emma Jahu. Maybe his final output may be a little lesser, but I think in possession there's a lot more value to him. So I'm hoping Toral came off, as some of you are saying, because of injury. And then with that being said, obviously I don't hope that he has an injury at all. If it was, I he didn't look fit. He did make a few misplaced passes as well. He looked sort of off pace. He had good moments, but he looked off pace. I hope it's not an injury. But if it's not an injury, then the substitution makes no sense. And if it's an injury, then it's not a good thing. So it's a lose-lose situation overall. For Manzoro, my only problem is that again, Manzoro can't be a like-for-like replacement for Toral, right? And then if Toral goes out and Manzoro comes in, suddenly the way you set up is different. Now instead of having five players in attack being your two wingers, striker, number 10, and whoever it is, either Jayesh or Brandon and Toral, you only have four players who are very good in attack because Toral's gone and Manzoro's come in. They're both too deep. They're both not quick enough to make recoveries, so they both can't play together, right? If they play a high line, then if they go up and play a much higher line so that you allow the front three to press better, then I think there isn't enough option in midfield. So I don't know how this works. Yeah, I think it could be a injury concern with them. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly how Toral and Yulvani work. I ideally would think they're going to be alternatives for each other, or the three of them, which is John Toral, Yulvani, and Jeremy Manzoro, are going to be playing for two spots in midfield, and they're going to be alternating between these three, which is fine. But I don't know. I think it's a missed opportunity here. What do you mean? What do you think, Greg? What do you mean? Homesick Wolfie joining our travels? Yeah, Greg's a fucking snake. Greg's he's a snake overall. I just don't know what else to say. He made a scene at the club. He refused to play a few matches. He says he's homesick, and then he comes back, joins Mohan Bagan for like an exorbitant amount of money. Fuck him. That's all I can say. I think he's going to realize when his team doesn't have 60% of the possession and he has to do a lot of defending, how the team plays. I think today Mohan Bagan were very lucky to get the two goals they did. I don't think they deserve them at all. But they did get them. But yeah, I think he's in for a huge shock, and there's a reason why Boomer didn't work at Mohan Bagan, and I think we're going to see something very similar here, and I really hope so, because fuck Greg Stewart and fuck Mohan Bagan, right? But yeah, that's what I thought of the game overall. I liked the option of having Manzoro. But again, I don't know how much it's going to work out with him. How much is he going to play? I didn't understand taking Rane off for Nufal. I understand getting Nufal on 100%. I just didn't think that it would happen at the expense of Jay Shane, right? That's too thin a midfield. But honestly, after that substitution, we looked like a better team in the press. But again, it was Changte sort of playing in the midfield at times, and I didn't like that at all. So there was a lot of things in sort of rotation and movement that we have to figure out, in substitutions that we have to figure out. That if you have to take Jay Shane off, what do you want out of him? If you're getting Newfall on, you're keeping Changte on, you're keeping Bipin on, you're keeping Karelis on, are Yul Van Neef and Manzoro enough? Maybe that's why they would go for the two of them, because then you have like four really attacking players, so you probably need a two midfield, a defense, sorry, a midfield which are defensively very good. My audio could be low. I'm sorry. It could be low. I did not do a lot of testing before coming here, going live. But let me try to adjust my volume a bit. Mm, I hope it gets better now. Please tell me if it's not. But yeah, Kruma kiss the crest. Yes, he did. Take quick passing football on YB. I never see us as comfortable playing ground passes there as we do at Mumbai. That's a we still do fuck all that shit. They spend the ACL 2 में तो क्या घंटा पानी. Yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems like such weird fucking recruitment. It makes no sense at all. I don't know, man. I don't know if they're gonna be fucked, but I think in the next 2 or 3 games, I think we're gonna get a very good idea about how the season's gonna progress for them, because it could turn out either good or I think really bad. Is it possible to play quick passing? Yeah, that's a very good question, and I think one of the reasons today was a huge problem was obviously the rains. It's very hard to play that possession football when the ball is, there's just uneven movement of the ball. It skids sometimes, it holds up sometimes. So yeah, it's difficult, and that's a big reason why we play better at MFA. Because fortunately during the league season, it doesn't rain a lot at Mumbai, so we're able to play good possession football there. We're able to get the ball moving quicker. But I just hope that we can start getting the ball moving not just quicker, but further up front quicker, get the players up quicker, have more movement, have better pressing, because that's what we need. Because it's going to be impossible to play just this possession football. Pressing needs to be a lot better. I think we did good in midfield recoveries. I think we did good mostly in second balls, but man, that press has to get better, and that possession has to get a lot quicker. Losing Arnver makes the defense look so bad. Yeah, it does. The defense doesn't look great. They had a back three, uh, which had Subhashish Bose. They had Ashish Rai, and you know, I'll say this about Bipin today. Again, his output wasn't fantastic, and yeah, he didn't look beautiful or whatever. But I don't know. I something about how Bipin played today made me feel like he just feels like a player a bit more rejuvenated. He was doing things that I've never seen him do. One of them was uh, when we were second half. I don't remember who it was against. I think it was against Ashish Rai and Dimi Petratos, but I don't remember. Was when he sort of, he did like a elastico, not exactly an elastico, but he took a touch away from Ashish Rai, and then he took another touch away from Petratos, going the other way, and then he sort of gets the ball in, crosses that decent enough. There were a lot of things that Bipin was doing today, which I don't think I've seen him do a lot. One of the early crosses that he played right behind the defense, where maybe if Chunk had gone running through, or even if Karelis had gone running through, that's a definite goal. That was fantastic. So I'm really excited to see Ashish. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see how Bipin Singh plays, because I felt like there was a lot more to his game. Again, I don't think he's going to be a regular starter every year, but I think I think I'm excited to see how Bipin plays this year. I think again, I'll say this. I think Karelis might actually be a better presser than 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 JPD. I actually might think he may be a better presser, because he's much better at link up play. He's a much better finisher, you know. But I think he may be a better presser, because he actually uh, the way he presses, he knows when to press, and he knows when to sort of cover. So yeah, and he created a great chance, and it again, even the commentator said that the ball maybe just probably skidded off the field and hit Karelis in the knee, which is very possible. So I think again, saying talking about Karelis, I think Karelis is a fantastic presser from what I've seen him play. Uh, in the teams that he's played before, it just I just think it was more of a tactical decision to not press as much if because even Changte and Bipin weren't pressing as much, or the midfielders weren't getting close enough to them to their midfield to sort of not let them turn, force them back, whatever. So it just felt like it was more of a tactical decision. I think if you let Carreras press, if you make that pressing structure, I think we're going to press a lot better. Bipin felt more dangerous than Changte. I'll agree to that, and I think a big reason for that. Oye, how are you, Weber? कैसा आनंद proof सब आ गई मुझसे. But yeah, talking about like Changte, I felt like there were things that he did today which I think have shown how much better he's gotten. In the top speeds today, you didn't see Changte's name, which to me tells me that it tells me that Changte has become a player who's going to be better who's going to be doing more in possession now rather than running behind the ball, rather than just running. And I think even in possession, because of how much more confident he's gotten with his right, he did a couple of really good things today. One of them was the cross that came to Paredes that you know was which I think. So it just felt like I don't know. I think there's a lot more to come from him this season, and I think once he does, it's going to be incredible. He's been on a bad run of form, so you really can't. I don't know. I think he's had such a good season past 2 years. I think he's due a little bit of a dip, but I think he's become he's become a star, honestly, and you can tell by the way he when he receives the ball, how he receives the ball, things he does, how he sort of moves around the ball, the ability to not just cut inside but also go off the outside of the defender, use his right now. His ceiling and his floor have risen so much that even on bad days, when he does things that he would do normally, they have become so much better than what he would do normally 3 years ago. So I think we have a star there. We just have to be a little bit more patient and let him get back in that good form. He's too sweet to be a captain though, but yeah, deserves it more than anyone. Football should have been captain this season. I'll take it to my grave. Honestly, either of them could have been captain, and I would have thought, yeah, fair enough. Like it's a fair enough decision. I won't say Changte is too sweet, and the reason I say that is no player out there, uh, even if off the field they're the sweetest person, on the field every player is a thorough professional. And from what I've seen of Changte live, what I've seen of Changte, off the ball today about how he was talking to some of the players, I think there's that ruthlessness in him. But I think he needs to be a lot more vocal. And I think the problem with having wingers as captains is that it's if they have a bad day, it's it just looks so much more you know worse than if a goalkeeper has a bad day in India at least. If Furba becomes the captain, I don't think anyone would have had a problem. But you would have to say that does Chamke deserve getting a shot at that captaincy? 100%. The way we've been able to progress uh, Changte from a guy who was scoring fluke goals in SAF when the under 21 team would go and play SAF for India in Bangladesh to being a player who's able to take on players at will, who's able to create chances at will. I think he's that one player who epitomizes what a good system can do to a good player and what good guidance can do to a good player. And to have that privilege that it was my club who's been able to do something like this. When who was the last player who you've seen actually say that they have capitalized on their potential? Every player that you look at, you go, there's something. He could have been so much more. He could have been. Changte is looking at like a player who has reached the potential we thought, and there's so much more to come from him. So I'm very happy to see that, and I think him being the captain is more of a symbolic thing that this is what Mumbai City FC is. This is what we can do to you. So yeah, I'm happy with him being the captain. I agree that maybe he's not the best captain, but I'm not. I think he deserves that captaincy at least, and I think now it's his turn to show that he deserves to keep it as well, because proved us he's proved himself at every stage, right? Is he a good enough player? Is he good enough to start? Is he good enough to play full 90? Is he good enough to be dependable? Is he good enough? He's done everything and so much more. So I think he deserves that captaincy. But yeah, Valpuya's time to rise and shine this season. I say that every season, but I think this season is the one where you cannot let him not be that guy in defense. You have to give the keys to Valpuya and say, "This is your fucking car. Drive it through, man." Because that's what Valpuya has been here since pre-CFG, man. He came in with Anwar Ali came in. One of the first videos Shlokan I made was about our Valpuya and Anwar are the future. And Valpuya, he just matured so much. You can see the way he plays. You can see the way he, controls the ball, the way he does things on the field. I think to see a player grow that much, in front of me, that much, that well, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And Valpuya for me has to be the next sort of Changte, because I think he has such a high ceiling that you have to let him go. You have to let him shine this season. 100%, you have to let him shine. He absolutely does. Valpuya in possession, the way he receives the ball, the way he just quickly lets it go when he needs to, the way he scans the field. And today, I've known he's quick, but man, that pace, the burst of pace today was insane. Exactly, he's fantastic, and you have to. In fact, if I'm being very honest, what I liked a lot about Valpuya today wasn't just in defense, right? I think we have to talk about this. It was when he would invert, he would actually go a lot further up the field, in the central areas, right? If we have to stick with Mehtab, I wouldn't be too against the idea of playing Valpuya as that Indian midfielder and letting John Toral be up front in games where we are maybe comfortable enough, maybe we can try it out. I would like to see him play in midfield. I would like to see him play as a 6-8 sort of player uh, in place of Jayashani, because I think he has that ability to do that. He doesn't have the crossing. He doesn't, and even aerially, I don't think he's the greatest. Mehtab, I think, is a bit better aerially. So I get that. So I would really like to see him play maybe in midfield one day, just to see how he works out. Because I think there's a player there who can do that, and if he cracks that, there's no one who's going to be as good as him in carrying the ball in India. Because he did it against a very good team, and he did it so well. I don't think I've seen a lot of players do that, especially with that technique and that sort of incredible sort of control. So yeah, I'm very excited to see Apuya this season, and I think sorry, Valpuya this season. So, and fuck Apuya. Uh, but yeah, I think he's a fantastic player that we have on our hands, and I'm very excited to see him. Uh, okay, it's been what was the time? It's been 45 minutes of doing this live now. I Again, this is just a very makeshift live, right? I would like to start doing this better once my exams get over and I have some more time and my laptop gets fixed. By the way, Photoshop has banned me from using Photoshop, so I can't use Photoshop. I can't use video. I can't use Premiere Pro. So it's been a bit difficult to do anything creative. It's been difficult to make videos as well, you know. So and I know I say this every time, but I do try to make content. But there's just so much that happens that I just hope you guys realize that I want to make content, but and I want to make good content. If it's not good, I don't want to make it at all, right? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That I'm trying to get back to it eventually, and it may even take till the next season where I'm able to do it at a pace which I'm a lot more happier with. But it's not that I'm giving up on Uzi Mumbai. It's not that I'm going to stop making videos. Not until it becomes a conflict of interest or something like that. Until that point, I think I will keep this channel. But yeah, कितना बढ़ेगा, bro? क्या ही बोलूँ भाई. Views on Nofal, I said it before and I said it again. I've been a fan of him since I League. I think he's always looked good in stats. He's always looked great in output. I was a bit concerned about his technique and whether he'll be too hasty in a possession-based system. But I think, in fact, I actually think he sort of let go of his natural tendencies a bit and became a bit too immersed in the system. I think as he gains a bit more confidence, man, he's going to do so much better. And I'm very, very excited to see Nofal. My ideal front three currently standing, I would say it would be how we lined up today with Bipin, Karelis, and Changte. But that doesn't mean I would want them to finish the game either. I think it's completely changeable. But I do think letting them start is better because Vikram in possession isn't that great. Bipin today looked a lot better in possession than any of the wingers. And Nikom is another player who's a lot better in possession. So eventually, when he starts coming in, maybe he starts coming in too. But we have to make sure that Nufal and Vikram are good enough, in possession before we start making the claims that Nufal has to start. I think Nufal has to finish every game. I don't doubt that at all. I think he can even play the second half, last 30 minutes. But I don't think he's ready to start now as of yet. He will start a few games, I'm sure. But yeah, and our bench is very good in midfield and attack. It's defense that I'm worried about, and it's defense that I'm worried about, and it's our players, especially our huge positive impact making players like John Toral, Nico Corellis, Brandon Fernandez. They're very injury prone, so that's another concern that I have because there aren't a lot of backup for these players. So yeah, that's my primary concern. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I'm sorry if I wasn't able to answer any of your questions or have any discussions on anything you would have wanted to talk about. And I swear I will try to do this better, more often. Today I had time because all my friends are gone. No one's in college, and I'm going to Mumbai tomorrow. So yeah, I will try to make this more regular. I might miss matches obviously, but yeah, I'll try to make it better and I'll try to do it more. And I'm so happy that you guys joined in today. It was fantastic to see you guys back, and able to have this discussion with you guys again. Because again, we need to keep talking about this club, and the league started now. Great. Last year के final में मेरा breakup हो गया था final की रात में. So I have a lot of amends to make this season my season and whatever. But yeah, you coming to the arena? Unfortunately, no. I'm coming for a week to Mumbai, and next week Jamshedpur का match है, which is away, and then उसके बाद 2nd October is I think Bangalore, but I'll be back in Ghaziabad. So I don't think I'm going to come to the arena. I think most likely I'll end up going to watch the Mumbai versus Punjab match in GLN. Last year we गया था. Chirag was there, Ankit was there, Suryakant was there. So it was fantastic. So I think I'll go again this season. Most likely to जाऊंगा ही. But no, I don't think arena is going to be possible, at least till this year. But yeah, But anyways, thank you so much for joining, guys, and I hope to see you soon. And I hope that Mumbai can start to improve the season, do better, build, because there are a lot of positives to take from today's match. So yeah, I hope we can start becoming better, man. Always great to see you too, man. Good night. You too.